Hello, welcome to Line War. I'm John Joe, and today we have a 2v2 on Alpha Team. We have Someone Said That My Nickname Sucks and Savvy Professor, who's starting in this sort of location here, together as well. And on Bravo Team, we have Basantos, one of the developers of the game, and Snow over here, who is light blue. They are quick in the engagements here. I'm going to keep it at ×2. Basantos is creating a nice little formation line here, chasing Nickname away. And I'm going to turn off Fog of War, and I'm going to turn on commands for all. So Nickname had matched his formation, and Basantos has moved down into one section over here. And I think they're trying to sneak around, trying to take on some factories over here, trying to find an opening. At the same time, Snow is pushing a lot of infantry down here. And just have a look at what they're building. So we've got tanks coming out with air units, and we've got a sub-pen over here. Basantos also going for some tanks and barracks. And that's about it going on for them. And it looks like we have a trade route team up over here. So Savvy has crossed the water with his starting picks 3 ways by the looks of it. So he picked here, 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 and here, which gave him a trade route, the ability to have air units over here with an energy wow, 2 energy wows in total, and still be able to support his ally over here. So once that trade route gets set up, that'll be really effective, so long as they can defend it. As we got helicopters coming in from Snow over in this section, Snow's forces has bypassed the defensive line over here and has ploughed straight through the middle. The Santos is bringing his tanks in around the side to take on the Savvy Professor. Nickname right now is just trying to focus on defending what they can. They've switched into SAM production as well, so they have noticed the helicopters. They are reacting. It might have been worth just holding off with the helicopters until you got a few more, especially when you've already got this amount of pressure on. However, with a trade route set up, if left to their own devices, this would be a heavy eco play, and that would easily be able to get them going in the long run. Basantos is being a bit cocky here and built an industry on Nickname's towns plot, which I find quite amusing. But he's also got quite a bit of industries going up over here, so he's got 3 there as well. So he built this on purpose, I think. Otherwise it would have been better saving up for when you've got this territory or this one. He's literally done that to, like, I guess intimidate the opponent, saying I am going to take your location, which is quite funny. But the trade route is starting to get up. They've got boats now for each player. Helicopters are coming in to support the defense over here. But unfortunately, Basantos has also tried to go through this middle section and take on a structure, and they managed to take it out. He's got some tanks going through the back of the base. As the tanks are being chased away, Snow's moved his tanks in to get the damage consistent over there, and the helicopters are going to try and take them out. For what little force they had behind the back lines, the enemy lines, they are doing a very good job at keeping them alive. Now more reinforcements come in. This one tank still alive, being backed up by some extra units, is going to try and take on this factory over here. And Nickname does have a section over here alongside his teammate Savvy Professor, so they are not out of the game, and they certainly still haven't lost this location just yet. So this is quite a high tension game so far. Snow is taking out these SAM units to allow his helicopters free reign over this area. He's switched into interceptors as well, I've noticed. And that'll help take on the helicopters that are coming in through this section down here. But if you remember, they got the trade route set up. However, other than helicopters, they also have SAM units. Not SAM units, submarine units over here, which could be capturing some territories, especially this energy well. So that might pose a threat, especially taking out the ships rather than actually going for the docks. So Snow has a few options here, but they do have subs of their own coming out, and that will help defend this location. Meanwhile, on the ground, the interceptors have come into play, and they are taking out these helicopters before they can really do enough damage, which is allowing the tanks to run free on the ground. And they have pretty much torn up the place down here. I think Bravo team have controlled the original location, which is going to allow them to eco up. I mean, if Basantos tries to build up the city here, and they've got a town over here with a trade route from that city, and in this location, if they get it, he's built another industry on this location in the contested zone. At this point, it's not too risky, so it's not too bad, but they'll be able to get quite a lot of eco here, so Bravo team are going to have to come back pretty quick. Let's have a look at the bigger picture right now. So they do control this area here, and there is a town with a city, a lot of energy, so there's another city over here potentially, which it looks like Basantos is getting a scout out with some commandos going over there just to know what they're dealing with. So this section is now completely, almost, in control of Bravo team. But Bravo team players are going for a lot of Navy units now. So I'm guessing a lot of the battles are going to be hosting over here now. And those commandos came in. What are they doing? They're capturing one territory here. They would be able to see this line, I would have thought. Let's have a quick look from Basantos' view. Yes, he can see... No, he can't, actually. So he can't see the territory being grabbed there. So he doesn't quite know the danger he's in just yet. But he is bringing in more commandos. They're on a haste command as well, so they're coming in pretty fast. The energy well was being attacked, but they have managed to defend it. There's quite a few subs here, but the problem with submarines is I can never really tell whose team they are. I think this is Snow's submarines, the way they're moving. And I don't want to miss what goes on down here, which I already have. That's a town that was built by Savy, and he's lost it to Basantos' helicopters, which is the trade route. I didn't even realise that at the time. That was the other side of the trade route. They focused so heavily on protecting this area, they've actually lost this side of the trade route. Not that it matters anyway, they lost that earlier. But they were focused over there anyway. Over in this section, the commandos are still around. And they are moving back into this territory just to try and take out any few strays they find. They have managed to keep this territory because of that. Which Basantos could try and do something about it. By the looks of it, they know that there's commandos over here. And they're using the interceptors to try and spot them, because interceptors have a really good vision. And Basantos has dropped some commandos directly on top of this energy well. And the bombers are coming in to just finish off the job, and the commandos are able to try and take out this airfield as well. And with the units that are attached to it, they'll go down as well, which is a lot of economy as this interceptor flies away. Does he have anywhere else to land? It doesn't look like it. There we go, it ran out of fuel and it just drops to the ground. But now both players are literally hyper-focused on taking out these commandos. My mouse is playing up. There we go. So Basantos and Snow are keeping up really strong harassment tactics against Nickname and Savy. I want to see what goes on over here. They're rebuilding this town. And they've got a good few sea units going around grabbing the territories. Up in the north, they've got more commandos being dropped in. I think they lost a few of their commanders over here though, so that one's retreating back to this area. Red's helicopter is sat just there, right? These commandos are going to go straight and grab that. So if Red doesn't lift that helicopter up, they're not going to be able to save it. It looks like it goes down. It looked like he just tried to take off at the last moment, but it was too late. Commandos over here look like they've been cleaned up. I can't see where they went, so I'm assuming they did get killed. Up in the north, though, they are trying to take out the reinforcement route here for the boats and the transport jets. But unfortunately, it's a little too late. They don't need them anymore. They've got barracks being built. And the bombers are trying to take out the navy there. They've got a tank coming through on this boat. That's a bit risky there. But it looks like it's going to land. It does. And those helicopters cleared up the last bit of the Navy there, so those reinforcements are going to continue streaming through in this section, making it really hard because there's some industry up here which they've been trying to build up, and I think they're going to lose at the very least that side of it. It looks like Bravo team are ignoring this section now. They were harassing it earlier, but there's a city being built over here. Unless that's just the town at the moment. It can't be because the docks is there. So that is going to be a city soon. And Nickname is desperately trying to get his navy in there to stop the reinforcements, but unfortunately, they're just not able to keep up with it. Basantos and Snow are hitting them pretty hard. Fortunately though, both Red and Blue are working as a team. They're sending their units up over this area to try and stop this invasion force. And even the commandos are getting stopped by a few infantry units. I don't think it's enough, but it has damaged them quite heavily. There's a barracks being built over here in response. And if they've got any air units, I would have thought they're going to send them in that direction to protect against those commandos. Or they're just going to hyper-focus this area, which either option would be a good one right now. And Basantos is recalling his bombers over here. Maybe because of energy, or because it doesn't look like it's the energy. I think it's just because of the Navy anti-air units that were there. And he doesn't have too many left. Maybe he lost a few. I may have missed a bit. Basantos is building up a little defensive line here just to stop any units that are coming through, and it's allowing a bit of a passage this way. Give them a bit of control in the area and allow them to build up a bit. Helicopters are coming in to try and take on the Navy, defending the reinforcements passage over through the water here. And those bombers are on the move again, going straight through the middle of the base here. Fortunately, Savy had some units there. He was a bit savvy there. And he has missile boats protecting this area. So they are going to get a few losses from that. And unfortunately, I don't think that attack was worth it, but I'm not sure it's going to matter too much. Unless Alpha Team can really push hard against this area and take them out from here and then start invading their land in the middle maybe. Or focusing on one player at a time. Let's have a quick look at the economy as we're late in the game now. We have Nickname on 470, which, to be fair, I'm surprised with. Savy has quite a bit of capital saved up and a good bit of economy. Got 1,500. Basantos is on 1,000 and Snow is on 400. So Savy has more than both of Bravo team. And then Nickname. So technically Alpha team has a lot more eco but is struggling a lot. At least in this section. Savy is going for a bit of an invasion over here. He's got about 4 commandos coming in. But I think this is a constant stream of commandos. So maybe they are going to be able to turn the tide. And Basantos has a trade route set up now. With a city. What am I missing? He's taken out some structures. I think that's just to increase their eco. Which Savy's economy is boosting really high. And we're getting some more production structures over here from Bravo team. And I think Alpha team is slowly breaking this area. With the amount of production structures there as well, that's going to be a lot of losses for Bravo team. And I'm not quite sure exactly who's winning right now. If Basantos is not noticing what's going on here too much, he might end up losing quite a bit. It looks like he's sending some units down to check it out. But if he doesn't pay attention over there, he might lose control of that zone. I think they're both focused, or all 4 players are quite focused on this area. So it's going to be who focuses a lot more in other areas of the map as well. Reinforcements have stopped streaming in. The Navy of Alpha Team have come in and taken out a city over here. And Nickname's got some commandos coming in. And they're going to head straight for this town over here instead. As you can see, they're moving in through that way. We've got 1 production structure here so far. And there is more than enough commanders to take out these units here. So I think these commanders might be able to deal with that structure on their own. Ending that push over there. And the Navy of Alpha Team are slowly taking control. And the ground forces of Alpha Team are taking back their land. So what is going on Bravo Team's island? They still have a constant stream of units going up into this section. I think Alpha Team are actually winning this through sheer defense. Bravo Team overinvested on the push over here just as they were losing. And I think they've lost a lot of their economy through doing this type of attack. And they're losing a lot of their production structures just holding this zone. Basantos quit, and that meant Snow quit soon after. Alpha Team looked like they were losing for the majority of that match, but it was just defense, and they must have been taking better trades over time. And that's been allowing them to slowly build up their forces and their eco, and they were able to take back the game. So, thank you for watching. Feel free to check out one of the 2 videos on screen right now and let me know what you think of the videos so far. And I'll see you in one of those videos. Thank you.